Babalawo going to, I'm talking about possession, where he has no control, or she has no control over what they need to do in terms of someone who goes into possession and Osun comes down and then they're possessed by this, the characteristics of Osun. Does a Babalawo go through that same? Because to date, I have never seen that.
Yeah, you see, Nigeria, sorry. Yes, but what if I say, excuse me, what if I say is that leave any of these orisha to those who are exponents in it. Leave it to the experts. If, for example, somebody is incorporated with the spirit of Osun, go and look for those who are well trained in Osun to handle it. You see, I have seen instances in this country, no, not only in this country, everywhere. I have seen Nigerians coming here, they will be initiating people into the Orisha that they don't have on their heads. These are the stupid things that shouldn't be happening. Sure.
Exactly.
It is only the Orisha that you have on the head that you can give to them.
Exactly.
That is the reason why a non-Babalawo will never initiate anybody into Ifa. Because you don't have it. But you see, these are things that I expect us to protect. If I am Babalorisha, I will protect that. I will not allow anybody to come and do what they don't have. So you need to check people's credentials very well. So when you check their credentials and they come, it is based on their credentials that you are going to entertain them. They have told you, because I've seen instances, I want to show, yes, I'll do it. What of Oya? Yes, I'll do it. What of Shaku? Yes, I'll do it. And then you will be talking of 25, 26, 27 different Orisha, and one single person wants to do it, and he wants to do it alone, and you think that it will be complete.
Okay. You don't open up Pandora's box.
So to be clear, you're saying that a person who is an Obatala initiate should only initiate Obatala.
Exactly.
Exactly.
A person who is only an Osun initiate should initiate Osun.
That is it.
So people who have Ilays and godchildren, it is not traditional that they would, if an Obatala would initiate an Osun.
No.
Okay.
If in your Ile, you have those who have been initiated into Osun, let them handle Osun. If you are the one who have been initiated into Obatala, handle only Obatala. That does not change anything from you being the head of that Ile.
No, I understand that, but that traditionally here in the local community has not happened.
That's the way it is supposed to be. You see, what I'm saying is we must be seen to be genuine in everything that we are doing. Because if we are not genuine, we are robbing of the respect that people will have for us. And I've seen instances when somebody said that she was incorporated and was giving message to a fellow, and the woman was saying, no, this never happened to me. First time, second time, third time, and I think that the person who was incorporated, in quote, realized that this thing will be too shame, just gave the woman a dirty slap. And the next time that he has, well, yes, because she did not want to get another slap. So, you see, these are the things that shouldn't happen. If it is true incorporation, the person will dig deep into your own home and tell you exactly what has been happening there. The moment it became a guesswork, we are not in casino where you will win some and lose some. No, you must be a win-win situation. That is the way it's supposed to be. And that is when it is Orisha. I really don't understand. These are things that we need to correct. Because when we want to start this spiritual cleansing that we are talking about, it must start from within. We must clean ourselves very well and then project a wonderful image to the world. Let the world see us for whom we are, and let us live in harmony with other communities so that they will know that we have our respect and you don't go there to trample upon our rights. We will not accept it. And in fact, Ifa will not accept it. But when we are not doing the correct thing, how do we want Ifa to come to our aid?
I want to clarify also. I want to get something clarified. I've heard that, Babalawos do not get possessed by Orishas. In the diaspora, there are people who were being possessed by Orisha before they became a Babalawo. And I've seen after they, was initiated to Ifa, in ceremonies, they will get possessed. Will that always continue to happen, or at some point that would...
No, you see, anything that you have on your head, that you are coronated, it will happen. Whether you have become Babalawo or not, it's material. It will happen. Because you already have that energy there. It will happen. It's when it is not well channeled. It will happen. And you cannot stop that person, whether the person is a Babalawo or not. It will happen. And the person will give you information, and you will find the information to be correct.
Whether that Orisha was put in their head or not.
No. That is, the Orisha must have been put on their head.
What about if they did not have any previous initiation?
If they don't have previous
As
initiation.
you've been to Trinidad, you've lived
Yes,
there,
yes.
and you know that there are people who didn't get any initiation to any particular Orisha, but they grew up getting possessed and manifesting Orisha in celebrations. So those are the people I'm speaking about who, later on went and became Iyanifa or Babalawo, and, they would still get possessed.
Yes, I'm telling you that it will not stop.
Okay.
Because that is the Orisha of their ancestors.
That's what I
It will
wanted to know.
continue to manifest. Don't forget, there is a Yoruba proverb that says that the Orisha in the home of your friend will never possess you. It is the Orisha of your own home that will possess you. Many people who went to Christianity, especially the syncretic type of Christianity, they will go there and they will go into manifestation. It is not Christianity. It is still the same Orisha. Because that is where it comes from. They can now manipulate it to mean that Jesus is talking. Jesus never talked. Why was it that Jesus never went into manifestation?
So, Baba, is it a taboo? Is it a taboo for that person that gets possessed for the Babalawo to mark him Ifa, to go do Ifa? Is it a taboo for that person to cross and get initiated into Ifa to be a Babalawo, knowing that that person gets possessed?
No, it's not a taboo.
No.
Ifa is knowledge. Ifa is information. All the Orisha that we are talking about, that people incorporate, they are all part of Ifa. Yes. And so, why can't you become... And I said it yesterday, Ifa is the only thing that we have in Yoruba land that has no icon. Except if you know of one. Because I don't know of any icon of Ifa. All what we have in Ifa, they are tools, not icons.
I'm from Brazil, and I was initiated in Candomblé in 1977. So I stayed in Candomblé for 20 years. I had never been possessed in my life. The first time I went to Nigeria was 18 years ago. I was initiated again to Obatala, and I got possessed in Nigeria. So, and then I went to Cuba, to search a little bit of Ifa. And the Babalawo in Cuba told me, you gotta forget about the Obatala you were initiated in Nigeria. I was like, excuse me, you don't know what I went through. I'm not gonna do that. You kidding me? I go to Nigeria again to search for Ifa, because Ifa sent me to Obatala. When I went back to Nigeria, I was initiated to Ifa as a Babalawo a long time ago. And then they showed many other Inumoles. I was initiated in many other cults. And was the first time I got possessed, mountain. And I was a little embarrassed, because I have always thought about that, Babalawo would never go in trance. Arabadesanya, he sat down to me, he was my Olu on. He explained it to me, look, once you are initiated to Obatala, whatever, it's in your head. If Ifa says they will come down, he'll come down.
That's it.
That's Arabadesanya told me this, and I felt this. So if somebody says, that Babalawo does not go in trance, one thing I know, I did not sacrifice myself so much, my family, my son, so much money, so much sacrifices, after 21 years looking for the truth to be faking.
Of course.
And Arabale Center told me the truth.
Yes.
And that's what I felt.
That's the truth. Nothing stops you from being, from going into trance. The moment you already have it in your head. We have seen small children, sometimes they will go and they will see people doing ceremony. They will not even go there, but you will see them falling into trance. I have seen one before that this lady fell into trance, Roti. They did everything from morning till evening. That lady did not, was not revived. Then that was when some people said that in the palace, because it was in Lagos, in the palace, there were some Osun worshippers there. Are you sure that it was not Osun that this woman, that this woman incorporated? Because, and the woman was a member of the Celestial Church then. So they now called these Osun worshippers to come. They came and they sprinkled the water on her and she stood up. That was when they knew that it was Osun. And immediately the lady stood up. That was the day the lady became Osun devotee. They gave her a pot, they did everything there. 3 days after, Osun snakes began to come out of the pot. So that will tell you that that lady was Osun devotee from birth. Yes, she was coming out of it. And she will see it, she will just pick the snake and put it back there. And the day that I went to her house, I realized that one day she came to me together with a friend. They came for Ifa consultation. We cast Ifa for her and we said, you need to offer this about today. She said she did not have the money, no problem. We got all the materials, went to buy it. While she was carrying the ebon to a shrine, she got possessed. And she was rolling like this with the ebon. The ebon did not fall down. She fell down several times, the ebon was still in her hand. Then she put the ebon down. She now told the friend, go into that room, go and bring this thing from my bag. This lady will go there. She will go. When the lady is going, no, that is not the one that I told you to bring. She had not seen it because her eyes was closed. She had not seen, that's not the one. The one I said was in this place, she will go back. And she will be describing what she wanted until the lady picked the right thing that she wanted. Aha, that's it, she took it, do it like this, do it like this. They did it and the lady stood up again. That is manifestation. Yes. That is the truth of the matter. You can see without saying she knew what the lady was doing with her bag. Look, when the whole thing is done correctly, you get the correct result. Sure. It's as simple as that. My 6-year-old daughter was also initiated into Obata and Osun on the same day. She was there for 7 days. When, on the 7th day, I was surprised when my daughter was just rolling like this and was telling me, Daddy, on so and so time, you will go to so and so place. This is what you are going there to do. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. What the young girl did not know anything about, she gave me all the details, including my travel here. She gave me all the details. This is what you are going to do. You are going to become the head of Babalawo, but she did not say the president of International Trance. And the Odu that will come that day will be Obiwenyi. Write it down, and it was Obiwenyi. So how can I say that I don't believe in that manifestation? And that is a 6-year-old. Although she had been learning Ifa, she would know what Obiwenyi is all about, but that's what she told me. And when we cast Ifa that day, it was Obiwenyi. How can I not believe? So when you do it correctly, you get the correct result. And that's as simple as that. When people tell you in Cuba that you have to forget this, it's just out of arrogance.
Yeah.
I have known people in Nigeria too that they will tell you that, oh, you are initiated in the diaspora, yes, we don't recognize it. Initiation is initiation for goodness sake.
Thank you.
So you cannot do initiation twice. It wants. Ifa says that it is only foolishness. That
Man creates boundaries.
Yes,
You
that's
see,
it.
God has no boundaries.
Yes.
Ifa has no boundaries. Man has boundaries.
What about the Babalao that abandons his godchild?
That abandoned.
His godchild.
Listen,
Is that child?
Is it okay to seek
Baba.
someone else or will we have put that person in my
it is
house?
only here in the diaspora that I see people saying this is my godchild and he cannot go anywhere.
Yes.
So if I have a problem and my Baba Ifa does not have the solution, I won't go anywhere. I will even go back to tell him I've been to this person and this was good and this was what we have done. You can't stop me. Look, it is my money, not yours. And what I have come to you for is the path. I have not come for you to make me your slave. I have come to seek advice from you. I'm spending my money, not yours. I can go to anywhere I like.
Benny.
But you say to stay in one, like, to go to your Baba Ifa for guidance and for everything. So it's like, how can you go to every single person?
Let me tell you something. You see, what you are saying again is happening here. When you cast Ifa and you tell your Baba Ifa, this Odu did not address what my problem is. He will ask you what is your problem. When you tell him, it is in your presence that he will pick up his phone and will continue to call all other Babalawo. What do you think we can do about this Odu? Let me give you an example. One day, we were there, we were just small nothings by then in the farm. This man said that when he was doing the Kosedai of his daughter, they told him that the daughter was the wife of a Babalawo. And this daughter had grown up to about 22, 23, and the daughter was extremely wayward. The man was not happy with it. But the man remembered, so the man now called all the other Babalawos. That is one thing that will not happen here. It is only but you will not get the best results if that is what you are doing. So they now called all the other Babalawos. They came and the man said, this is the situation. They cast Ifa. When they cast Ifa, they now said, what we are going to do is, we are going to ask Ifa, who among the Babalawo will take the woman away? It does not mean that the Babalawo will marry her. The Babalawo can give her to his child or to his godchild. It does not matter. As long as Ifa says that's the man. So they continued to cast Ifa, and Ifa kept saying no, 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 no. They now asked for the name of a Babalawo. The Babalawo was not there. As they were about to cast that Ifa, the Babalawo just came in. Everybody said, yes, this is and that Babalawo is really good. This is the Odu. The Babalawo just looked at it like this. And the Babalawo said, this Odu is not for any of you here. You want to find out from Ifa about a lady that is about to go to a husband's house. Yes, they said yes. They said, wait, let me finish. So they came back. You just mentioned the name of a Babalawo. They said yes. Don't give that baby, that lady to that Babalawo. Say why? Said, that Babalawo will ruin your home. They said, thank you very much. We just mentioned your name. And this is what then they asked, and I know I would have kept. But what I'm trying to say is, you can see the accuracy of that Babalawo's prediction. That is the whole essence. If they had not called the man, how would they know that that was what the fact said? Yes. So it is very
in addition, I think the role of Oluwo or Godfather or Babaifa is only on advisory capacity. It does not mean that once you have Oluwo or you have a Godfather, he has to dictate everything about your life.
yes.
Of course, yes, he's a guardian, he can counsel you, advise you according to the teachings from Ifa. This is what the first says. This is how you must, live a good life. But if you choose to do otherwise, it is between you and Ifa.
Power and money.
It is here, like you said,
Power,
that
control, and money.
some Oluwos, they do not, in fact, I even heard of a story whereby a particular Oluwo was telling, his godson to go and divorce, his wife. It really, degenerated into, serious issue that, it was not as if that was what Ifa said, but just because, he had been dictating his life, every minute, so he had to tell him to, just because you don't like the face of that woman, it shouldn't be so. I mean, you are only to advise, to counsel, to guide your godchildren. And it is not for you to, in Nigeria, just like he said, he can even, we normally have associations, groups of Babalaos, and we even invite Babalaos from outside to divine for us, despite the fact that
you
we are
will
all
not do it
Babalaos.
yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is the essence of it all, and nobody is really nobody can really monopolize knowledge. Nobody is really can say that yes, I know all. Even if Orumila himself, we've heard of a situation where Orumila even had to learn Ifa from his students. So it is just like that, but here it is a different situation. I think we should really, that's why we need to study Ifa very well and really pick out the truth from it.
We have a question here.
Yeah.
Like, question? I hear what you guys are saying because what I'm hearing you say is that your godparent, if chosen, to be your godparent, whether you did initiate or not, is there to open the door to respond so that you get the knowledge and wisdom that you're already seeking, that you're supposed to fulfill in this lifetime. I think my question really comes in sometimes because here in the United States we don't have as much exposure to Ifa and Odus, that a lot of Odus are sometimes used against us. For example, the ears do not pass the head, all these other different Odus that we get quoted, kind of maybe out of context or in context, about learning and moving further within the religion. How does one, a priest or not a priest, kind of going back to her thing, because it is very segregated that if you have a godparent, that is the person you go to, and if they don't have a larger resource or pool of people that they're going to, that you have access to, or even allowed to speak to, then you do become stifled, and I think kind of create some type of, like friction, because you're seeking, but you're not being fulfilled.
The situation is there is a world of difference between your Oluwo and your Baba Ifa or your Iya Ifa.
Right.
Your Oluwo is the person who initiated you. Your Baba Ifa or Iya Ifa is the person who trains you. Like I said, I have 19 Baba Ifa. If one had restricted me from going elsewhere, I wouldn't have had up to 19. And I knew what I learned from the whole 19 of them. You understand? It is knowledge. Knowledge is everywhere. Go seek knowledge. Nothing can stop you from seeking knowledge. So go there. When you see it, there are some occasions that you will even come and say, this is the body of information that I got. Where I got it. This person. What I think is, it can be debated. All of us will sit down and we will learn from what you have said. And everybody will be happy. So if we now say, because I am your Baba Ifa or because I am your Oluwo, you cannot go out, it means that you are a fish inside a well.
I have a question of numbers. As people in the diaspora, since we did not all come out of Nigeria, but from the highest point of West Africa down into Angola, how is it that despite the fact that we are diverse, that whoever you are, you always have an Orisha. No matter what your background is, that if you go to someone, they will surely find an Orisha for you. And not say, this is not where you belong, you need to go look elsewhere, because there's no, your family line, your background, your whatever. So my question, I guess, is about a question of numbers. How does that affect the overall community at large?
Thank you. What I want you to understand is this. You can come from anywhere in the world. There is an Orisha that resembles what you do in your household. And if you follow that Orisha, you will align perfectly with that Orisha. Because when we talk of a water-based Orisha, if you come from the riverine area, of course, you'll find so many water-based Orisha that will relate to your needs and your ancestors. Nothing, there is no problem there. Why is it that we have so many people who come from Africa who are fantastic Buddhists?
Yes.
Why? It is because they have been able to find a particular deity that relates to whatever they are doing back at home. And it is the same thing. And when you see it, you will see yourself feeling comfortable there. But I can assure you of one fact: the Yoruba people, they are the most popular, they are the most populous race in the world. If you think it's a lie, you can tell me. Because in Africa alone, Yoruba people are in 9 countries. And in Brazil, 76 million people subscribe to the fact that they come from Yoruba land.
Yes.
In Trinidad and Tobago, I know that you have a Yoruba, and that's the way you find it in Venezuela, you'll find it everywhere. Because they are there. I remember when I went to Venezuela and somebody told me that, no, I want to take you to some African community in Venezuela. I got there and I was still asking the man, where is the African community? Because they don't look African. But when I was in Trinidad, I experienced what is known as deja vu. The first day that I got to Trinidad, nobody told me where I was going before I was telling them this is the path. I was going, and that was my first time of being there. And when I got to the Yasogo shrine, I just went straight and I saw one tree and I stood by that tree. I was just fascinated by that. Then somebody came to me, do you know the name of this tree? I said, I don't know. They said 9 years ago, somebody went into manifestation and then this tree is known as Pupola. Yes. You see, that's what we are saying, that you will find your level everywhere. What kind of Orisha that, or do you want that you don't find in Yoruba land? Is it air-based? Is it water-based? Is it ground-based? Is it fire-based? Is it universal? They are all there. So it means that anywhere that you can get that, you can easily blend.
Sorry, and in addition, if we're talking of spirituality, does not have any coloration, does not have any geographical.
We have 3
partitions. And don't forget, when the Romans and Orishas were on earth,
That's right.
it was before this geographical partitioning
That's right.
that we have now.
Right.
If I had always been talking about any human beings coming from heaven to the earth, he's not talking saying that the Yorubas coming from
In fact, if I did not mention the name Yoruba at all, in all
and
these
it's particular about humans. So, and as long as we are humans, it is relevant spirituality, cuts across, the globe, and it's not limited. The fact that, yes, if I originated from this part of it does not mean that, yes, it is limited. Of course, there has to be a source of anything.
Right.
Must start
From somewhere. So, and, don't forget, in fact, it was even before intercontinental drift. The whole world was one before they started drifting.
And that's what the fact said.
So it's spirituality, it's all embracing.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Please check out the website, epowerworks.com.
What about the book?
The books are back here. And please, if you like tonight, write something on Popola's Facebook page, something, write a comment if you like.
Could you give us the information for Thursday, where we're gonna be
Yes.
Thursday? You have it?
Thursday is gonna be at the Interstate Center. Tomorrow, Thursday,
My sister was with me.
Oh,
There's somewhere else. It's gonna be 177 Quincy.
the Quincy one is on Thursday, that's the Interstate Center, that's 1 o'clock.
That's Riverdale. The one at Quincy is interfacing.
It goes to Oakland.
How you doing? See you once again. Are you? I have your number now, okay, so we can definitely stay in touch.
There was an extra last night.
Those guys, your page, right?